Have you been considering buying a second home in the North Carolina high country? Well, if so, this video is for you. Today, we're going to break down the best areas to consider for your second home. If you're dreaming about long-range views or walkability, potentially skiing, a wooded retreat, whatever it is, we're going to talk about the best areas for that, lifestyle, and everything that goes with it. In the first section, we're going to talk about Beech Mountain and why it is a great second home location. First of all, it's the elevation. It is the highest point in the East Coast aside from Mount Mitchell, but more importantly, where you can actually own a home. There are all kinds of property types available on Beech Mountain. You've got condos, you've got townhomes, of course you have single family homes, and within that, a variety. You've got chalet style, A-frame, you can have luxury homes. It's a real broad mix. On the backside of Beech Mountain, you also have Eagle's Nest, which is a more exclusive luxury gated community. There's options across all the various price points within Beech Mountain and that kind of immediate surrounding. So why might you want to consider it? Well, I mentioned it. It is the highest elevation, or town, I think at the highest elevation along the East Coast. It is a great retreat in the summertime. If you look on Google or some other sources, you're going to find that the average high temperature, July, August, it's like 75 degrees. And while the locals may talk about how hot it is, for those of us that live in Florida, it is a welcome escape. And one of the reasons why Beech Mountain makes so much sense for many people looking for second homes, it's year-round. So of course in the wintertime, people are drawn to the ski resort. You've got things like skiing, snowboarding, tubing. But the rest of the year, it's pretty amazing. You've got trails all over the mountain. Some of them are still closed since Helene. You've got restaurants on the mountain that are owned by locals, so you don't have to go all the way down to Banner Elk or other places to eat. The resort hosts events all year round. 4th of July, the fireworks was the first thing that drew us there. So there is so much to do on the mountain. You've got pretty well balanced demand as it relates to short-term rental throughout the year. Spring is the softest, but you have year-round demand as it relates to Beech Mountain. And I did hit, I hinted at this earlier, but what can you expect to get on Beech Mountain? Pretty much anything. So you've got a real mix of older chalet styles to things that are much more modern, newer construction, and anything from no view to unbelievable view. And it's perfect for almost anyone, whether you're a family, an adventure seeker, or just looking to get into the short-term rental market and balance that with your own personal use. Okay, now we're going to talk about Banner Elk. It is a super quaint town, kind of a foodie town, if you can imagine. Not a tremendous amount of population, but a ton of restaurants for the size. It sits right between Beech Mountain and Sugar Mountain. I've heard people refer to it as the Vail of the Southeast. I think that's probably a stretch, but it's pretty fantastic. If you haven't been there before, it is a super walkable downtown. You've got a ton of different shops. You have restaurants. There's a brewery just kind of around the corner. You're close to some of the wineries as well. It is a great central hub to consider for your second home. And in terms of the types of properties, again, you're going to find everything from older cabin style to much more modern luxury. There's a variety of price points as you get into Banner Elk, and also location. Banner Elk on the map geographically is a lot of space, so I'm not just referring to the downtown area of Banner. One nice thing, if you're considering or wanting to include as part of your evaluation or criteria as an example, is the short-term rental. The demand is still really strong, but you don't feel like you're in the resort, whereas you have some of that feel on Beech and Sugar. And who is this ideal for? Really, it's someone that's looking for a less crowded, but yet vibrant downtown, walkable shops, restaurants, views. Banner Elk kind of has it all. For the third section, we're going to talk about Blowing Rock and why it's always in demand. And the short answer is, it is a storybook kind of town. Super quaint, super walkable, a little bit bigger than Banner Elk, more restaurants, more boutique style hotels, more shops, a huge park in the middle. There's always something to do in Blowing Rock. And I say this far too frequently. In fact, I had a conversation yesterday with people that arrived for the first time, and they fully agree. Blowing Rock, especially this time of year, again, it's almost December 2025. If you want to live on a Hallmark Christmas movie set, this is the place for you. And what is it known for? Well, honestly, it's real close to the Blue Ridge Parkway. So you've got a lot of access, whether you want to do scenic drives, there's tons of hiking. It is known for its appreciation over time. It is highly desirable to be in the Blowing Rock area. The homes are more boutique style. They're a lot more craftsmen. There's just a lot more character in Blowing Rock than many of the other areas. And you'll find a variety of properties. You'll have upscale mountain retreats, cabins, and then the boutique style. There is short-term rental, but you have to be outside of the city limits. So again, if that's part of your equation, we just need to have a conversation. Make sure you reach out to us. My team and I would love to help and have a conversation to help guide you. And from a lifestyle perspective, who is Blowing Rock really for? It's someone that's a little more discerning, someone that wants a walkable downtown, someone that appreciates local shops. It is a very quaint, in fact, it gets written up all the time from various sites as like the #1 small town, the #1 walkable downtown, the #1 small southern town. So if you're looking for accolades and want to be a part of that, Blowing Rock's probably for you. In the 4th section, I want to talk about Valle Crucis. It is quaint. It is more historic feeling. It's also charming, but doesn't have the same downtown like you're going to see with a Banner Elk or a Blowing Rock. It's known for its rolling hills. It's super scenic. You have access to the river. If that's the kind of thing that you're looking for, this could be a really good option. It's also home to the original Mass General Store. It's pretty cool. I mean, you can almost make an hour or two of it just kind of going through this historic general store. And it's known for its natural beauty, but also its privacy. So it's a great location. You're still really close to Banner Elk. You're still close to Boone, but you're going to feel like you're a little further away. So in terms of lifestyle, this is a really great option for retirees, part-timers, anyone that wants a super peaceful, tranquil kind of retreat, but yet still close to town. In the 5th section, I want to talk about Boone, and actually maybe more appropriately, the outskirts of Boone and why it might be right for you. It's close to App State. It's close, of course, to downtown Boone, where there is a tremendous amount of shops and restaurants and activity. You've got a Division I school, so of course this area has been growing. From an investment perspective, I've read this early on in my investment career as it relates to real estate. It's always good to buy in college and university towns. They historically have grown, and from an investment and return perspective, have outpaced, from an appreciation perspective and just total return, most in many other markets. But another reason you might want to consider, of course, beyond the shopping, the dining, everything that downtown has to offer, the theater, etc., you also have medical care. So you have a hospital in Boone. If that's important to you, I would just say that could be a good consideration, is to be closer to Boone. Elevation-wise, you're of course going to be lower than you'd be in, say, Beech Mountain or Sugar Mountain. Maybe slightly lower than you would be at Banner Elk. I think that's 3,300 on average. Boone's probably closer to like 3,100, I believe, but is a great year-round option. So if that's something that's important to you, mainly for access, but also for all of the conveniences that it offers, the healthcare that I mentioned previously, it's kind of the best of both worlds. You can find your views, you can find your privacy, but you can also find more vibrancy and just generally a lot more to do in and around the Boone area. So in closing, this was just a very high-level kind of summary of some of the different areas in the high country. If you're really considering purchasing in the high country, please reach out to us. We'd love to have a conversation. This was just the tip of the iceberg. All of these different areas are unique in their own ways. We have a wish list that we use with our buyers that really helps us identify the lifestyle and the features that you're looking for in your home. If that sounds like a good way to start, please reach out to us. Our information is below in the scroll. We're of course on social media. Contact us anytime. If you know anyone that could benefit from these videos, like them, share them. Please subscribe. We'd love to be of assistance. Reach out to me anytime. I'm always available. Talk to you next time.